In this video, I'm going to demonstrate a really cool therapeutic device called the Air Compression Recovery System. It's a product that's excellent for two very different groups of people. The first, athletes, people who use their legs a lot, avid runners, hikers. And then the second group is on the opposite end of the spectrum, people who sit a lot, people who are sedentary as part of their occupation, coders, administrators, police officers, airline pilots, interstate truckers, and so forth. Now, both of these groups of people can benefit from increased circulation in their legs. For the athletes, when you contract your legs a lot, you're generating a lot of metabolic byproducts. Those muscles are working really hard. They're releasing a lot of CO2 into your bloodstream. There's some slight damage to your muscle fibers, so there's inflammatory products that are being produced. The blood pressure is high in that area, so it's hard for it to move out. And for the people who sit a lot, gravity acts on your legs, and the blood tends to pool down towards your feet. This is why some of these folks get edema. Your shoes feel tighter at the end of the day because all that blood has pooled down there, all that lymph. It's a long distance from your foot back to your heart. It consists of these boots that you put on that you pull over your legs, and they have these air bladders in them. The foot, the lower calf, the upper calf, and the upper thigh. It's got this control unit that pumps air into these bladders in a particular sequence, and it has the effect of moving all that stagnant fluid from the lower extremities, i.e. your lymph, your venous blood, the deoxygenated blood, back into circulation and back to your heart. You may have heard of the Normatec. This was the first company that came out with it, that were used in rehabilitation centers like physical therapy offices. These air compression recovery system boots are a surprisingly comparable therapeutic product to the Normatec at a much less cost. It's consumer level and it's quite effective. The pressure can range from 50 to 120 millimeters of mercury. Best way to describe it is that it feels like a boa constrictor. When it's at 120, it feels like a snake that's constricting and pressing your leg and your calf. I'm going to show you how it works and explain the three different modes that it has: sequence, circulatory, and combination. It comes with this nifty carrying bag. You can take it with you to your athletic event, keep it in your trunk, and after the event you can pull it out and go to a place that's got an electrical outlet, sit down, and get some therapy right there on the spot. Comes with the two boots. There's no left or right, doesn't matter which goes on which leg. The control unit, a connecting ribbon that connects the boots to the control unit, and the power cord. Takes less than 60 seconds to get this thing up and running. Take your control unit, the connector, it's got these 4 prongs, it's got this button on the top. Slide it in like this, press the button, nice and secure. Then you'll connect the compression boots to this end. It's got a zipper. If you have large legs, you go ahead and unzipper it. If your legs, most people could just stick their legs in it with the zipper closed. It's got 2 rings that you can use to help pull that over your leg. It's always helpful to have a second pair of hands, like a housemate or a friend that you're working out with. But once you get the hang of it, it's quite simple to do it yourself. Slide one leg in. This is called medium size, and this is going to fit over 90% of the population. People with shorter legs like me, this will go up to mid-thigh. If you have even shorter legs, then it'll go all the way up to your groin. I'd say the people who would need to get a longer one would be like an NBA center. But again, it's going to fit most people. You don't have to worry about the length in most cases. Be aware that the important area is your foot and your calf. The upper thigh is not as critical. You'll notice on this end it says up, and it also says up on one of these ends. Obviously you want that to be facing up. Press the sides. Okay, look for the up right there, so that's going to be facing up. And the last part is plugging in the power. Okay, after you're done, this is when the zippers come in handy. Just take your legs out. Loosen up a little bit before you stand up. Feels great. Well, that concludes my demonstration of the air compression recovery system. It is very effective in improving circulation in the legs for athletes and those who sit for prolonged periods. If you're interested in getting one for yourself, just click the link in the bio below the video. If you have a parent or an aunt, an uncle, someone you know who's got some swelling in their legs, if you have a friend who's an avid hiker and complains about leg cramps and so forth, hey, tell them about this video. The air compression recovery system can provide wonderful relief to these individuals. See you on the next video. Thanks for watching.